The last one is from Team Souk. We won't waste any time. Let's bring Kevin Price up. A lot of sitting around tonight, Kevin.
So I was taking a Wayne Tinkle.
No, don't make fun of my man. He's turning my program around.
No, I'm very impressed. I really am.
Okay, I'm glad you're impressed with yourself. That's always good.
I wonder
to
what
be.
the topic's going to be.
Well, I don't know. Were you paying attention?
No.
Well, there it is. The remote control. The remote control.
The remote.
2 minutes on the clock,
Control,
and they're all
the symbol
yours.
Of power. At least all the power I have left in my household. Turning things on mute, turning televisions on mute, turning any buttons. They just don't work for people. They don't work for my son. But it works for the cable when I don't have to call Comcast. And, you know, I used the remote the other day. I was pressing them over and over. And this was a simple task. The channel up, channel down button, volume up, volume down. And it just kept on saying, you know, program error 572. What kind of number is 572? It scares me. That means there's 572 other problems I could be having on this damn remote. Call into Comcast. Everybody loves Comcast. God, their customer service is just, it's stupendous, you know. Talk to someone in India. Then I get back to America. I talk to another 5 people. Then finally, you know, the lady's talking to me on the phone. She's like, you know, well, what can we do to salvage your business, sir? And I go, well, first of all, the remote control was all I called about. I need new batteries. Something or other is wrong with this. And then she just goes to me and she goes, you know, what can we do to make it right? I go, you know, free HBO, you know, maybe a little Stars package. Hell, I don't know, give me WWF Network. Oh, WWE Network. That's still in lawsuits and argument. I think it's still WWF. But she said, God, you're good at this. You're really good at this. And I was like, honey, your company trained me. I've called you 1,700 times, every time with a problem with the remote, with a problem with the cable. And do you remember, anyone that's in their 30s or a little bit older, they had the old remote. And I don't need a guide. I don't need a TV guide, Doug. You know what I need? The old remote that could just do this. Boom, 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 boom. I need 0.2 seconds to know what's on that show. That's it. I don't need to wait for the guide to hit. Oh, but, hey, long story short, I got the remote fixed, and turns out it was the batteries. There were none inside the remote. But that's a common problem I have at my house. Not thinking or doing before I, you know, go on a tangent. So this might be good.
Well done, Kevin. Hang on to that. Let's see what everybody thinks. Souk often talks before he starts thinking. It's worked for you so far.
Swagger with the zinger. Zing! No, it was solid. A lot like last week. You're not the favorite, but you're not falling behind. I think you can move through. You're good. You're not nervous. It's well thought out. You have good presence up there. I think you might be more suited to the sports stuff and having some time to prep. You're solid. You're a good lump of clay that there's a lot of room for potential. I don't think we've seen your best yet, and I don't know if there is a bad. I can't see you getting up there and just floundering. So I think there's a lot to work with. I hope you get to move on. Rashad was this way last year. You remind me a lot of Rashad Taylor, where early on you saw that there was something there and it just kind of took a while. I think as the competition goes on, you will get stronger, and hopefully you have enough time to see that come out, because there's a lot of potential.
And I would say one thing to the voters, Kevin has had the 2 worst topics of the last 2 weeks.
And he's done a good job with them.
Take that into account. Remote control, I was sitting here thinking like what I would do with that. That's a tough one. So, and you had that last week too, so good job.
Thank you.
Lump of clay. You can put that on business card?
Large lump of clay.
Large lump of clay. I thought you were more dynamic than that, but let's see what the judges say, starting with Jeff.
Yeah, no, when you said, you know what, it's the last power I have left in the house, who can't relate to that, right? So you went right for that was the right choice off the beginning. It is a tough topic, but it's something that everybody in your audience is going to relate to, and I thought you found several ways to relate to them on that topic, so mission accomplished.
Thank you. Dusty Hera.
You came in as a wild card to this thing, and with the first 2, I have a feeling that as you stick around longer and longer and we get off the wheel of grab ass, to Isaac's point of having the hardest topics, I think you can win this. And there's going to be a lot of work that you have to do, and you got a lot of ground to make up. But I think in time you can do it because it's there. If you can polished a turd that is a remote control for 2 minutes, then you can take a topic that is your own and make it better. So I thought you did a great job.
Thank you.
Keith Hill.
I feel like I'm watching a different competition because every time I go up to speak, everybody else says the opposite of what I'm about to say. I thought it was okay. I thought you got through your 2 minutes, you got through it in an orderly fashion, you developed your topic okay. I don't think you won okay. I don't think you won average. I think you're a guy that wants to knock it out of the park. And you did kind of have you had the whole night to watch the other topics fall off, and then you had a break to kind of formulate your thoughts. So I kind of was waiting for that big moment, and I didn't see it tonight. Gotcha. I think it might be in you, though, so I hope we get to see you again.
Cool. Thank you.
The final thought from Ryan Cooley.
I noticed the guys from last year are the toughest judges. Luke was the same way last week. They're just like brutal. It's like they've actually experienced this, and they get up there and just blast the guys. I agree. I agree with Dusty and Jeff, man. I see a lot of potential there. Again, the unfortunate part is this competition's not built on potential. If there were a lot of weak performances earlier tonight, you'd be a shoo-in. Now, we'll just see how the points stack up, man, but you've always been a favorite of mine through the competition, so I'm hoping the points are there, but we'll see.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin. Well done.
Thank you.